In this world of ours, there are few things that we can walk away from that we can truly be called fleeting. Whether these are romantic feelings, the exhilaration of being accepted into something you've always wanted, or even disappointment from something you felt you could do more in. In Haikyu, we are given this aspect of fleeting in something truly unexpected. A first year's ambition not to become the greatest at something, which is actually very refreshing for a shonen battle series, but to simply play the game of volleyball. When hearing about such a deep concept and trying to apply it to sports, it may seem far-fetched to many. But to those that have wanted something, fought for something, given their blood, sweat, and tears for something, the memories from those fleeting moments open up scars 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, and centuries after the final lights have been turned off. In the moment of exhilaration, in something you were passionate about, spent all your waking hours on, in the reality of what life becomes when it ends. In this Warlord Watchlist, we will be doing a deep dive into the concept that makes this not only one of the best shonen, but sports manga and stories of friendships that we have come across. And this is why I suggest to you, my Nakama, that you should not watch Haikyu.
What? Nani? You must just be saying that because you're a hater of volleyball.
Whoa. We both have our past with volleyball. You in your new home, and me playing for fun back in college. Man, those truly feel like fleeting memories. But for me, playing football in only high school, that drew more of familiar feelings watching Hinata and Kageyama push each other. I remember those rivals and the anger with trying so hard in a new sport, the excitement and the fear. It's crazy the connections we make, almost like having a channel where one can't stop bouncing around everywhere, and the other always has a frown on his face because he takes things too serious. Right, Samurai?
Right. Well, another common anime trope is to have the main character be someone that's always super motivationally driven. They are basically the son of Jesus Christ with a serious ADHD complex. And to match that, the rival will have the same drive to succeed, except with a chip on his shoulder, as mighty as the iron wall of date tech. Enter Hinata and Kageyama. Well, I've never related to this rival character because I plainly see how inferior the philosophy is to hide your insecurities. Face them head on and jump as high as you can. While Hinata should be bitter about his height in a sport so intent on smashing a spike down from as high as you possibly can, he just accepts it and keeps playing it his way. Wow, do I relate to this? It's so easy to get down on yourself for things you can't control. So maybe Hinata is up to something here. He just goes 1000%. Welcome to the shonen genre. And if it weren't for Beyond Ghibli's video, I don't think I would ever have seen The View from the Summit. Please watch that video. Go after you watch this video. Anyway, going back to the first episode, after watching the first opening 5 minutes of episode 1, I knew that this was true love with an anime that was about volleyball. Dudes playing volleyball. I mean, girls playing volleyball is a classic. Side note here, Hinata's name, you know, Hinata, that certain Shy Kanoichi, the one with the wolf fang fist. It's a name that means the sun, in the sun, or sunny place. Kind of true in their own way, I suppose. I don't know what else to say about that, but I just feel like no one ever mentions that. Okay, moving on.
Sure. And when thinking about what makes Haikyu so well done, and yet so frustrating, has a lot to do with the characters that we're introduced to. They may not be enticing ninjas, but the story of Hinata and his journey into volleyball introduces us to a wealth of characters that catch your attention from the moment they appear. From the get-go, Ryunosuke Tanaka is a trip. The bad boy wannabe steals the show, coming at us as someone that initially seems as a confident third year, but is actually more of the loud and abrasive second year. While his exterior seems hostile, being able to watch him become a trusted senpai off the court, an amazing rival to a similar kid from Nekama, and as the spring tournament begins, showing the spark of what could be the next ace of Karasuno. Flipping from offense to defense comes the best boy in shonen anime. I love everything that Yu Nishinoya brings to the table. His spirit on the court is a commanding presence of calm for his team and anxiety for the opposition, and is made all the better knowing that this is a kid that is a straight delinquent. Not the kind as rambunctious as Tanaka, but only one that literally does what he wants, when he wants. The fact that this is a little giant holds a strong place in my heart, and I hope that he becomes the captain in his final year.
He cannot do that. He is a Libro. You can't be a captain and be a Libro at the same time.
Ouch. Thanks for ruining that fan canon on the Libero, Drew. Samurai Drew.
Oh, I pronounced it wrong as well, so there you go. You got one too.
I guess I'll let you drool over what your boy has to offer, but I personally want to include Sugawara Koseki in my section, because it is marvelous to me how an anime character can make me jealous of their heart and demeanor. My senior year playing college basketball, I was benched. And over a decade since I hung up that jersey, I'm still jealous even writing this. I wish that at 22 I had the foresight to not take it as a personal offense. And it's through watching Sugawara that I can finally find some kind of peace so many years later. Thank you for putting so much life into these characters, Furudate sensei. These crows ain't perfect, they're loud and obnoxious, but they also help remind us what is important and of times in our lives when we overlooked, in moments we wish we can go back and wish we had. Samurai Drew?
Let's get a move on, man bun! These words only resonate with people bold enough, brave enough, sexy enough, brazen enough, and frankly, for those who love the thrill of putting it up, the man bun king Asahi Azame. In anime, the man bun really doesn't get the attention it deserves, even though it's badass. A perfect analogy for Asahi. For to be the ace, you need to score the most points. But to be the true ace, you need to have confidence. Just as Hinata doesn't have height, Asahi lacks true manly gusto. Just as Kamina from Gurren Lagann says, "Don't believe in yourself, Simone. Believe in the Kamina that believes in you." Asahi can pull off being the ace because everyone needs him to be the ace. They believe in him, so he doesn't have to have a big ego. The Karasuno team acts as Asahi's ego. Asahi has a tender heart, and on a team full of confident warriors, we need a calm force to bring the eye of the storm. He has great receives, powerful jump serves, breakthrough spikes that can get past a 3-man block, but most importantly, he is tall. The ace of Karasuno. But being the jack of all trades is great, but then you become the master of none. Which brings me to our pinch server. Tadashi suffers from the worst character trait in anime. It's the real reason people have such a hard time with the first episode of One Piece. A whining, whimpering weakling. Tadashi finds out fast that he has only one true great asset. His jump float serve. A knuckleball that is erratic and fast, if you are good. In the military, the coolest person is the sniper. One shot, one kill. That's Tadashi. He has the ability to become the coolest person on the team. His clutchness, the jump float sniper. Da, 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 da. Haikyu really knows how to display a devastating loss. When Tadashi doesn't go for the full jump serve because he's scared it's going to miss, it shows a primary philosophy of serving in general. You have to go all in, or else you're going to be swallowed up in the rebuttal. You can't play it safe. That is exactly the kind of character that fans really don't like to see, especially on the Karasuno team. I don't think I would have forgiven Tadashi if not for the next scene. Tadashi, God bless him, realizes his mistake and vows to do better. The next chance he gets, he goes all in on the clutchest 5-point serve, giving his character the healthy ego he deserves. And that's how you fix a whiny character.
In many stories, the first season is really a culmination of 1 year. The sequential seasons, seeing members graduate. However, in the first seasons, we are only covering 1 semester of school. We are able to follow a journey of discovery and acceptance. Each starting member of the Crows Volleyball Club is exposed for all their positives and negatives. And it's up to each of us to figure out for ourselves how we relate and understand each. This isn't backed with some useless filler scenes. It's actual interactions, feelings, thoughts, and consequences of brass decisions. And so much personal growth for basically everyone across the board. And that is before even really begin playing other teams. Through the scrimmages and eventual matches, we are introduced to an assortment of lively individuals that in some points cause us to root for other teams completely. From watching Kinma Kozume, someone any introvert can relate to, finding his competitive spark, to the absolute chadliest mad lad of all volleyball, Kotaro Bokuto. Yes, volleyball does have chadly mad lads, and Bokuto's wise horned owl appearance sets a dope standard. Also, side note, any anime character that holds a Fat Albert reference are perfect in my book. AAA. Through all of this plot, all of these episodes of thrill, goosebumps from watching your friends in this fleeting moment, only a few months of real time have actually passed. Yeah, talk about a slow burn to the story.
Hold on a second, Brett. It sounds like you still love Haikyu.
I believe that what Haruichi Furudate has been able to create is phenomenal. But you cut me off, Samurai.
Apologies, Brett. I jumped the bun. I jumped the bun a bit. I jumped the gun a bit. Okay. Apologies, Britt.
The man bun is on his mind.
I know.
Oh, it's so funny. I'm sorry.
Apologies, Britt. I jumped the gun a bit. So, we both can agree it's the wonderful character work that carries the series. But there's another element here. Haikyu shows off Japan's pride in sportsmanship. While we want Karasuno to win, we do not root against the other team. That's because we see how determined the opposing side is. And once you see a man struggle, you understand. It feels like a samurai's honor.
Very wise. Because at the very least, what can be taken from watching Haikyu, and the reason for it being the first of the Warlord Watchlist, are absorbing those fleeting memories, those fleeting moments, and taking flight alongside these new lifelong friends.
Thank you for watching our video. If you made it this far, we are trying out a new thing where we are going to be reviewing anime and putting it on the watch list.
So if you have any anime that you're really passionate about and you like not only our comedy but our writing style and would like to see us try it, please feel free to drop a comment down below listing the anime. We do our best to interact and engage, and if it's something that we've watched or something that we're interested in watching, we'd love to create a Warlord watch list on that.
Oh wow, incredible stuff. Love ya. Peace and love. Bye.
Stay reckless.